leaves praying to the light. I know this is a hot topic that Tad Hussey had actually created an Instagram video on. It just blew up. I wanted to get your thoughts on it. What do you think about the leaves praying to the light? Is that a good thing, or could there potentially be something wrong with the plant?
So praying leaves is one that will really, people feel very, very strongly about this. And I would challenge people to challenge their biases. There's absolutely no reason to run off into the sunset and marry your bias. It doesn't, there's a great interview with Muhammad Ali where a guy is kind of challenging him on something he had said as a young person 30 years before that. And rather than, dignify the question, Ali just responded by I think a man that hasn't grown in 30 years, that would be a waste of a life, wouldn't it? Something like that. But basically was saying, allow me to grow, allow me to be a different person than I was 30 years ago. And so we should be able to evolve in our understanding of plants. And this is the most important one for covariance. There are so many factors that affect leaf angle, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about leaf angle, and we're talking about plants praying hard. And so water accumulation is one reason for leaf angle, nutrient loads in the plants, CO2 levels, light, both the amount of light and the spectrum. So right there, you have covariance just in the same measurement. There's so many different things going on with leaf angle. And, and if you go through and read all the white papers, it's really funny because you'll have these really intelligent scientists, because I'm an NPK guy, I don't study leaf angle. So I go find somebody that's, devoted their life to studying leaf angle. And it's really funny because those guys will go through all these different covariants and then they'll say, it's so complicated that it's not really even worth studying, so this is something they spent their whole life studying. And part of it is that all these research that we're looking at for leaf angle, and this being an optimal leaf angle, is monocots. It's grasses and cereals. And so if you and I are growing wheat, man, it would be great to get plants with a genetically predisposed leaf angle, because that's part of it too, is genetics. It's another covariant. The leaf's ability to capture light. And so, if you've got too much light, it would make sense that your leaf angle would turn up, and so it's going to catch less light. But we see praying hard and we see flat leaves with the same PPFD. So is it just the light load? Probably not. Is it maybe the light load and the fact that CO2 is low, and so you get this rigid turgor to the leaf, and so that forces the stomata to be open? We don't know, and so that's the answer to this one, is that we don't definitively know. Nobody knows definitively. The researchers are all open to that. And so if people who, and I'm not saying that you have to have a doctorate to speak on something, but if people have spent an extra 6 years of school just to go down that rabbit hole for you, it's, and that might be a good segue to talk about white ash, but there is somebody out there who's spent their life studying that. And so, if I've got a pathology issue, I'm going to reach out to Chris Hayes and Michael Brownbridge at BioWorks. It's Cornell Ag Department. It's hard to beat. If I've got a pest problem, I'm reaching out to Suzanne Wainwright Evans. She's the gold standard. She's had her own company, not just been an entomologist, but she's had her own company for 30 years. She's seen it all, And so I always just try to reach out to the people who are, up the food chain from me in whatever particular area. And I don't go to forums a lot. I go to traditional ag. It's not like soybean and corn and tobacco they've got hundreds of years of research. So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. With this plant, we have some peculiar things that we have to do as far as, protecting those flowers from moisture and that kind of thing. But as far as driving evapotranspiration, driving morphology, generative or vegetative steering, we know how to do that, you know. So as far as the leaf angle thing goes, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter. In my opinion, it's something that we can't. Nobody can definitively say. There's nobody that has got the research to definitively say this is replicable. I can do this parameter matched with this parameter, and every single time I get this praying leaf. So until we have that, nobody can say definitively. It does seem to be tied to covariance. It seems to be difficult to get to happen moving one toggle. And then it does seem to be a symptom of some sort of stress, because we don't see these plants doing that in a monocrop field in nature. We don't see it typically happening day in and day out in a big monocrop greenhouse or in a grow room. And so we see these, we see these different types of environments hitting similar metrics. It's just not replicable. And so it does seem to be a stress symptom, but it doesn't seem to be anything that, I would be particularly concerned about. I would be more concerned if my harvest metrics were off. I'd be more concerned if my terpene expression or my trichome development wasn't where it was. I'd be more concerned if, I saw some sort of visual deficiency or morphology change, and so it's cool to go down these rabbit holes, but at the end of the day, I definitely don't think this one's worth fighting about.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.